Hey, I'm Lee, and this is Cass, and this is Cassley Productions. Okay, so I've decided to release my videos out of order, so lots of editing on my part now. Some of them may not be edited because I am too lazy, and everything will circle back to this video eventually. So hopefully everything will be a-okay. On that note, um, today I wanted to talk about. Oh, and you can expect the videos, if I forgot to say this sometime or another, to be around 10 to 20 minutes long. I'm going to not go to 30 minutes because that's insane. Okay, so I wanted to talk about a camp I used to go to. I say used to because number one, I don't go any longer, and number one, I don't go any longer, and number two, the camp was suddenly shut down completely. The buildings there were torn down, and now it no longer exists. It is now a park, actually, which is kind of cool still. I mean, it still kept the nature aspect, but it's happy because other people were playing about it. They're like, we're going to make condos out of this place. And I was like, no, memories, why? So I'm glad that didn't happen. So, since the camp is no longer in commission, I figure it's okay if I use its actual name. Really do miss that place. Okay, so it is called Camp Grow. It's actually a Christian camp, and it was really fun. I'd been going there since I was in first grade. So yeah, this is going to be a lot of videos split into parts. Yeah, it is insane. Longer than the marching band ones I filmed, which I have not released yet. But yeah, so you're going to have to bear with me, and I will do my best to keep within the video time limit. But I'm an ADHD child, and that may not happen. Just so you know, I get off topic a lot, and I don't have my medicine because I forgot to tell my doctor because I'm forgetting. Yeah. So okay, let's see. Oh, so let's start with my first time when I came to camp. It was first grade. As I stated already, and I remember my mom. Now this camp was all the way down in Wisconsin, and I live in Michigan, the giant mitten. Yes, and the Upper Peninsula. However, do you do that? I always forget. Either way, there's some way to do both. We were taught in school because technically both of them look like middens if you really squint your eyes at the top peninsula. Okay, so either way, not the point. Moving on. And it took us 2 days to get there. We stayed with our cousins down in Illinois for on our way up there. And so we get there, and we're sitting there, and they're having the first dinner there, and the person says the milk's right over there, and then the whole entire dining room goes, milk. And they don't give me no pop, don't give me no tea, just give me that milk. Moo 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 moo, Wisconsin milk. Moo 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 moo. And I'm like, and they're like doing this and stuff like that, and I'm like, what is happening? It seems exciting. I'm just gonna go with it. And there's a few other ones that they ended up doing too. Like, what is it? They were like, I have announcements to make, and you go, announcements. What a horrible way to die. What a horrible way to die. What a horrible way to be bored to death. What a horrible way to die. Yeah, that one was my favorite. It's really funny because they'd forget that when you say announcements, that it would set off the chant, so you see them go, oh heavens, what have I done? Every time they said the word announcement by accident. It was beautiful. There was a few other songs they sang. They had Water Like a Duck, Water Like a Duck, we won't shut up till you water like a duck, because we had to do one funny thing more or less to get into the dining room hall, which was still really fun, by the way. They had you spell Camp Grow with your butt. My mom renewed that tradition at the camp because my mom actually used to work there, and that's why I ended up going there. So she renewed that tradition, and it's embarrassing, honestly. But hey, it was still fun because we all laughed at each other, and that's what us Americans do. We laugh at ourselves. It's a known fact. I mean, most of us laughed at ourselves. We have self-deprecating humor a lot here in the States. At least most of my friends do. I do, and practically everyone else I know does. Okay, again, not the point. Moving on. I hate myself sometimes. Okay. So yeah, that was that. And of course this is also Christian Best Camp, so we had the morning was more or less reserved for like worship time. So we'd have more or less a priest come in, not exactly a priest, but someone who would lead the worship, obviously. And we sang a bunch of songs. They put the words up on the screen, and all the counselors knew how to. Almost all the counselors, correction, knew how to play an instrument because the counselors were the one to play in the music, which I thought was sort of cool. Let's see. I feel like there's more that happened in that dining hall that I'm forgetting, but those are all the ones I remember for right now. Oh, I remember that you could go with the counselors into singing a song. You go, sing a song, insert name, sing a song, and you just would not stop singing that until they actually sang something for you, or until you gave up, obviously. My mom, when she was working there, the one that she would fill it in with the one that she said she would always do is, "Oh, I had a chicken and it died. Ding dong." The extra long version is the ding dong. Yeah, whenever I asked my mom to sing a song in the car, she'd always go to that one. And then papayas. I think mangoes are sweet. That song. Yeah. Okay. Next topic to move along. Okay, so it was my first time there, and they had a bunch of things to pick from. There was a swimming test there because it was on Green Lake. You don't know where that is, probably, but it was called Green Lake. And they had obviously a test for it. I went for the shallow end, even though I did know how to swim. I could not touch in the middle end. Oh, and I'm gonna diverge off a bit because I did not write this one down on my paper, and I don't want to forget it. But for the longest time, the middle end test was that you had to swim to one end to the other and back without your feet touching the ground, which really isn't that hard. But the funny thing was, I would always pass that test because I was too short and my feet couldn't reach the bottom of the middle end. So I passed that one every time. But the first time I went with the shallow end. Even though I knew how to swim, I just didn't have confidence in my abilities at that time. So you had to dunk your head like 3 times just to ensure that you knew how to push off the bottom or raise your head above water so you don't drown. I don't know. I think they just needed to test for the shallow end, and what else can you do? They also had something called the buddy system, something I also didn't write on this paper. And it was fun with the buddy system because you had they're practically the friend you hanged out with in pool, and they'd blow the whistle, and you'd have 5 to 10 seconds to get to your partner. I'm gonna divulge off in even more, and you'd have like 10 to 5 seconds to get to your favorite. So me and my friend, they had this talent show that would happen, and we decided was that our counselor wanted to do the skit that had been done at least 5 more times that I could see. It was like her fallback one because she's like, there's new people coming in, not everyone knows, and I didn't want to do the same things that they usually do because I've seen the same ones again over and over again because I've came so many times to the camp. And so it's like, I really want to do something different with this year. It can't be the same old stuff, because she was just really pushing for it, and I was like, okay, I get where you're coming from, but she's like, we can add new stuff in there. I'm like, okay, then I guess I'm cool with that. And so we went with that instead, and we did, was it the buddy check? And we were like, and you had to call out your number, which usually, and they're like, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we get there second way, we go 5, and the other person goes 6, and then we go, no, we're 5, no, we're 6, and the person blows the whistle, and they go, you're both wrong, you're right, get out of the pool. Because if you didn't reach their buddy in time, you practically were penalized for it, because they're there to make sure you don't drown. They're the one who calls help as you go under. That was their purpose. That sounded darker than I intended it to be. Okay, so I'm gonna end the video there, even though I haven't quite reached 10 minutes. I'm just working on not going over, and if I say something else, it's gonna be a whole lot longer video than I intended. So that's the beginning of the Camp Grow of this one. It's a long list, guys. I drew an outline. It is a long list because I've been going to this camp for 5 years. I believe it was 5 years. It was a long time. Just take my word on that. I love that place so much. I'm so sad it kind of went out of business, though I sort of saw it coming at the same time, you know. So that's that for this video. don't forget to like and subscribe. The one on the left, I've decided it's always going to be like the previous video I posted. On the right it says recently added videos. I hope I'm pointing in the right directions and I don't change that later, but that's the plan. And then the subscribe button is going to be like right there if I can turn my hand the right direction. The cameras are tricky. Not really. Okay, so that's that. The screen froze again. I hate it when it does that. Okay, so that's it for this video. I hope you like and subscribe. Even though I already said that, I'm saying it again just in case you forgot. And because I forgot I said that. The genius of me. Okay, so I feel like there was something else I was gonna say, but I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, that. And then I forgot it again. Okay, my mind's just woo-hoo all over the place today, so we're just gonna end it here at 11 minutes and some odd seconds because I'm not gonna do even attempt to count down the seconds as I'm talking. I will see you, hopefully, back here on this channel. Though we haven't got a lot of views yet, they will happen. Most of them are just me watching my videos and showing them to my family. Yeah. Okay, I will watch, please. Okay, bye.